webinar. So my name is Koyum, and today our agenda is our topic is about microtic catsman. Okay, you guys can listen to me, right? Right? Uh, my voice clear. My voice dengan screen semua clear. Okay. Okay, so today our topic is microtic catsman. Alright, for those yang didn't know about catsman, so basically catsman is dia punya short term dia punya long term dia is control access point system manager. Okay. So what does Catsman do is Catsman is the centralized access point management. So okay, so if you are having a deployment of wireless network using MikroTik AP, so basically kalau you guna model CAP, so you can manage all of your CAP using the MikroTik router. Okay, so dia akan ada one router as the controller. Okay, and then dia akan manage all of the CAP. Okay, this is only for managing MikroTik AP, the CAP model. So kalau you buka ya MikroTik website, okay. If you open MikroTik website, okay, so if you go to the wireless system, okay, so basically you can manage CAP model. So here are the CAP, sorry, not here, it's under wireless for home and office. Okay, for example, here CAP Lite, okay, or another model is CAP, okay, and then CAP AC. Okay, so all these three models you can manage under a controller, so you don't need to configure one by one, okay, the AP. So you just enable one MikroTik router as the controller, and you can centralize the whole semua AP tu in a single controller. So you nak do batch punya configuration, you nak do monitoring, you nak anything you nak manage, you nak monitor, so you can do in that the manager, Catsman manager. So we call the controller as the Catsman manager. Okay, okay. So any MikroTik router you can do as Catsman manager, tapi you take note that you have to make sure that you are using depending on your deployment. So if you have a bigger deployment, you have more than 50 AP, CAPs, for example. So you don't use the home router like HAP, AC, like no. So you go for bigger model, for example RB1100, because when you managing the APs, alright, when you enable the Catsman, dia akan consume you punya load. Alright, so you take note, kalau you have just maybe less than 10 CAPs, then maybe you can use the lower end of the MikroTik router. Alright, so if you go for higher CAP, so you go, at least I would recommend you to use RB1100 minimum lah, if you have a bigger deployment. Alright, kalau you ada lagi bigger, then you go for model CCR. Okay, so requirement there, you need to have a one MikroTik router as the manager. Okay, alright. So you can maintain, you can batch configuration centrally. Okay, so today I want to show you how you want to a simple punya basic punya basic punya configuration on how can you configure the Capsman Manager and the CAP. Okay, I have here with me is one RB 1100AH, and then I have one CAP with me. So I want to share with you on how you can manage the CAP using Winbox. Okay, so let us just take this example. So all right, so I have this example, just a simple one. So I have one router RB1100. So I will make this RB1100 as my Capsman manager. Okay, and then I have one CAPAC. So my CAPAC ni akan jadi my AP lah. So I want to manage my CAP into my Capsman manager. Okay, so this is the simple diagram yang I want to share with you. Okay, so I have this one by one step by step punya guide. Okay, so you can refer later. I will share you with you. Okay, so the first thing when you want to configure the Capsman manager, you need to create the provisioning rules, the configuration rules, so that when you connect your CAP, it will automatically apply the setting. Okay, so let us just go through to how you configure the Capsman. Okay, so this is my Capsman manager. So this is my RB1100. Okay, so the according to my slide, okay, biasalah for first usage, first time configuration, you configure the WAN connection on your MikroTik router. So that one is very basic. So I think this one you should know already. All right. So whether you want to do PPOE or you want to enable DHCP client for your WAN connection, or if you want to put static IP so that your MikroTik router will get internet connection. So this is just an example. So let's say I set 192.168.0 maybe .2. Okay, so my WAN interface port 1. Okay, so I apply, so I have the addresses for port 1. Okay, and then you set the gateway, so you go to IP, you go to route. Okay, and then you add route. So let's say my gateway is .1, so I set gateway .1. All right, so it is unreachable because I'm not connecting anything at port 1. Basically, this is just to show you, but I'm not connecting to port 1. So my computer is not having internet connection. Okay, so but this is how you set the initial setup to let your MikroTik is having internet connection. Okay, so you set up the IP addresses, you set up the gateway, all right, you set up the gateway, and then you set up the DNS. So you can put DNS, maybe the gateway will be the DNS. Okay, maybe you can put the open DNS. Okay, for example. Okay, so you set up the DNS, and then you masquerade the network. Okay, if you didn't masquerade the WAN network, if you're using this local IP, if you didn't masquerade, so dia tak akan dapat internet. Alright, so you need to masquerade. So you go to IP firewall. Alright, you go to net, you add new, change is source net. Okay, you just action, you just select masquerade. Okay, kalau if you want to specify just for port number 1, so you can put in interface ether 1. Okay, so you apply, sorry, it's not in interface, out interface ether 1. All right, so or if you want to masquerade for all networks, so you just leave the out interface blank, so you apply. So this is the basic step to get to make sure your MikroTik is having internet connection. And then what you do is you can try ping. You go to tools, you go to ping, then you try to ping to internet. All right, if you get reply, then you means that you successfully configure the internet connection for your MyCotic router. All right. Also, you can try ping to the gateway. Okay. All right. So you can ping and check. Right. So if you cannot ping to your gateway and internet, then you recheck again. Maybe something wrong. Maybe on your addresses is not right. Okay. For example here. So for example here, you need to put the subnet mask. So you need to put like this. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, you check your DNS, all those things. Okay, so this is the first step to make sure your MyCotic is having connection. Okay, all right. So this one is very clear. Okay, okay, and then the next thing you need to do is you need to create uh, a bridge for your Capsman. Okay, so this bridge is for the CAP to communicate with the Capsman manager. Okay, so you go to bridge and then you create one bridge. All right, so you can put any name, maybe cap data path, for example. So you just apply. So you create one bridge. So this is the bridge that will be used, the data path that will be used later for your CAP to be connected to the Capsman. Okay, so you create already, the bridge, create, this one is already configured. Okay, and then this is the example. Okay, so you need to create a DHCP server so that when user connected to the AP, they will get IP. Okay, so you need to create a DHCP server for your user. Okay, so what you do is that you go back to your MikroTik, and then you go to IP, you go to DHCP server. Okay, the easiest method of creating the DHCP server is you just follow the wizard DHCP setup. Okay, you just click DHCP setup and it will prompt you the wizard. So first the interface. So we want the DHCP server running on the bridge interface. So we select the bridge interface. Okay, all right. So click next, and then we define the DHCP server for the user. Like for example, I said 550.0/24. So this is the segment for the user. All right. And then the gateway, so you can change the gateway or leave it as default. So I want .1 as my gateway. Okay, and then the relay, you just because you don't have any DHCP relay, so you just close the DHCP relay box. Okay, you click next, and then you create the pool for your user. So if you want to change the pool, you can change the pool. Okay, so this is the pool DHCP pool for my user. Okay, so I click next. All right, and then I put the DNS. All right, you can put more DNS, you can put, no problem. All right, and then you click next, and then the list time. So how much time you want the DHCP server to keep your IP before release the IP. Okay, so you can set, so the default one is 10 minutes, so you can change it for days. So for example, if you want it 3 days, so you just set for 3 days. 3D is 3 days. Okay, so this is how you put in days. Okay, so I want my list time in 3 days. I click next, and that's it. All right, so this is how you create the DHCP server for your user. If later you want to change the pool, you can go to IP, you can go to pool. All right, so you can change the pool. If you want to exclude some IP, so you can change from here. All right, so this is the DHCP pool. Okay, okay, so now you have the DHCP server. Now you need to configure the Capsman manager configuration for the CAP. Okay, so I go back to my slide. Okay, so now the DHCP is done. Okay, so this is the example of the DHCP. Okay, so now you want to configure the Capsman manager. So there are three parts on configuring the Capsman manager. So the first part is the first part is you need to configure the CAP, so the AP, and then you need to configure the provisioning and configuration in the Capsman manager, And then the third one is you need to enable the Caps Manager. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, now you need to configure the SSID first. All right. So what you need to do is you need to go to here. You see here this CapsMan module. All right. So you click this CapsMan module. Okay. You go to configuration. Okay. All right. So you go to configuration tab. Okay. All right. So you go to configuration tab. You click add new. Okay. So you put you just label a name. Maybe this one is yeah, config. Okay, so this is the config for your cap. So you the mode because you are using CAP, so the mode is AP, and then you create the SSID for the CAP. So like for example, Microtik as CAP. Okay. And then you create other than that is advanced configuration, so you just leave it like that. You go to under data path, all right, and then you select your bridge is the CAP data path. Okay. Okay, and then if you want to create security for your SSID, so you can enable the authentication type. So let's say for example I'm using WPA2 PSK, and then the encryption I use AES CCM. Okay, when you go back, okay, okay, so data path I choose the bridge, and then security tab, authentication tab. Okay, all right, which one I click the first. Okay, and then I select the password that I need to use. Okay, the passphrase is the password for the security. Okay, for example, let me put A B C D 1 2 3 4. Okay, A B C D 1 2 3 4. Right, apply. So this is the CAP configuration that will be applied to all of your CAP later. Bila you ada you punya CAP dah connected, so they will be applied with this configuration. Okay, alright. So this is the CAP configuration. The next one is you need to enable the provisioning setting. So this provisioning setting is for this manager to detect the CAP and take over the CAP as the slave. Okay, so you go to provisioning and you add a new provisioning rule. So you just go to this action, you select create dynamic enable, so dia akan auto bila AP you masuk dia akan auto create. Okay, so you just click here create enable dynamic enable, and then master configuration, yes, you choose your master config from this configuration. Okay, so you choose this one. Okay, and then you apply. All right, so now you are done with the provisioning and configuration. So yeah, this one. So this is the provisioning, the configuration part, and then the provisioning. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, provisioning, and then okay, now you need to enable the Capsman manager. All right, because this router will be the Capsman manager. So what you need to do is you go to Cap interface. Okay, you click to manager, then you click enable. Okay. Okay, now your RB110 is already the Capsman manager. So now any CAP connected to your MikroTik router will be managed by this MikroTik router. Dia akan list down here. So later you will see. Okay. So this is the Capsman manager part. Okay, now you need to configure the CAP part. So now I will go into, I will connect to my CAP. Will let me remove this one. Okay, I have okay, now I'm connecting to my CAP. Okay. Okay, now I'm connecting to my CAP, so I need to log into my CAP and then I need to enable the CATS mode in my CAP. If I didn't enable the CATS mode, my CAP will not be managed by my CATSman manager. Okay, so this is my CAP. I'm using our CAP AC. So I'm logged in into my CAP. Okay, so this one is very simple. Share. Okay, so this is my CAP. All right. For you to enable the CATS mode is very easy. You go to CATSman. Sorry, you go to wireless. You click the CAP and then you just click enable. All right, you click enable and then you select the interface that you want the CATSman manager to control your SSID. So if you want WLAN1, so you select WLAN1. If you want both, you can add both. Okay, so for example, I just want WLAN1 when controlled by the CATSman manager. All right, so I select interface WLAN1, and then discovery interface is the physical interface that you will be connected to the CATSman manager. Okay, so this CAP, they are the dual interface, which is port 1 and port 2. So if port 1 is connected to the MikroTik router, so you choose port 1. Okay, okay, so I choose port 1 and then I apply. So you will see here, dia akan tulis macam ni. So it means that my WLAN 1 is controlled by my CATSman manager. Okay. So now I need to connect my CATSman, my CAP to my CATSman. So let me reconnect my CAP. Okay. Okay, then I relog into my CATSman manager. Okay. Okay, so now I'm reload into my CATSman manager. Now you see here, dia dah automatically detect my CAP yang I enable tadi. So dia dah automatically detect and dia dah automatically sebab we already have the provisioning rule, so dia dah automatically manage the CAP, and then you see here dia dah is already configured with the setting. So if I go to remote cap, so it's here. So I already have the list of CAP yang managed by this CATSman manager. So you see here, so they that apply, you can check for the model, the serial number, the MAC address. Okay, you can see you can have more radios yang you manage. All right, so if you see here, or what else you can see, registration table radio. All right, you can see, right, interface. Okay, this is the only CAP that I have. So if you see here in the access ID, let me share you. So if you check the access ID, dia dah automatically lekat the SSID yang kita set before. So here, so I have this SSID already. Alright, so if I try to connect to the SSID, so I boleh connect. So for example, kalau nak tengok, let me try on my phone. Okay, right. Sorry, I need to put my phone cannot get IP. I need to put the gateway. Okay, let me try again. Okay, now I'm connected. My device is connected. So you can see I can get IP from the CAP. So leases. So this is my device connected. Okay, so you can see I'm getting IP 10.5.50.254, same as the DHCP server that we created, which is this one. Okay, so this is my IP. Okay, so this is the basic setup on how you can run the CAP on Catsman. Okay, so you can also, if you have, so kalau if you have other CAP, so you can just add in inside here. So you go to the step where you go into the CAP and you enable the caps mode. Or another way is when you can reset the CAP when you reset, when you reset the CAP, you akan nampak this one. So you can reset and then you can take enable caps mode. So after the CAP rebooted, it will become caps mode. So senang, you will auto detect here. Okay, so but I would suggest you to go into the CAP and enable the caps mode. All right. Okay. So this is how you can do. So also what you can do also, you can, if you have multiple CAP, you can if you want to plan the channel, you can also plan the channel. All right. So you can add channel, for example, channel. If I want to put I want to have different channel in my CAP. Okay. Let me just show you the slide. Okay. So for example, I want to put channel 1 24112. So I just add frequency 2412. All right. So I just apply. All right. And then I want to add another channel, maybe channel 6. I want to add channel 6 is 2437. So I apply. Okay. So I have now two channel. So if I want this AP under say I want this AP to use the channel 1 or channel 6, so I just double click here. But you take note, when you double click the dynamic cat interface here, so you can see it's only read only, so you cannot change anything on the channel, right? So if you want to change the channel, so you just copy. Alright, bila you copy, dia akan open satu tab, but you can edit the channel. Alright, so you can change the channel. If you want to change the channel, so you can change the channel. If you want this AP to run on channel 1, so you can apply. Alright, okay, so now this CAP, they run on channel 1. Okay, see here. Okay, alright. So this is how you configure the default configuration to manage your CAP. Okay, all right. So you can do more advanced configuration. You can check their wiki, their forum on other advanced configuration. You can also do VLAN. Also, no, you can also do VLAN because if you see here in your data path, all right. So you can do VLAN if you want to put different SSID with different VLAN. You can put VLAN. All right. So you can use service tag, and then you can put the VLAN ID. Okay. So you also you can do also. All right. So yeah, that's about it about configuration on Catsman. Okay, this one. Yes. Okay. Anything you want to ask? You may ask me. That's about it. Anything you didn't understand about how to configure the Catsman? If nothing, no question. If if no question, then I will end my webinar for today. Later, if you have any question to ask, you can email to us at help@syncroweb.com, and we will help you from there. Yeah, I think that's all for me. Thank you for attending my webinar. See you next time. Bye.